gentlemen. All right, so we spent probably 10, 15 minutes talking to League Ops, all the guys on the desk chatting with us as well, and I actually got a headache just thinking about all the possible scenarios here.
I'm going to cast. I'm going to let somebody else do the math.
The big thing, if Fnatic want a chance in the top 3,
they need
that third spot, they have to win. They have to win. If EG win, they're guaranteed top 2. So those are the 2 storylines for now. We'll get into the storylines for FaZe Rise a little bit later on.
It's crazy how we've gotten to this point. It's almost like you know, I think your gods like just kind of fell off. It's almost like Space Jam. It's like EG took the powers from FaZe. Like the FaZe is now playing like EG was on Friday. Oh, it's just been crazy to watch. The absolute unlikeliest scenario has played out here.
Again, after day 1, we were all talking. We're like, it looks like we're going to be in a similar situation to week 1, where a lot of it's decided going into Sunday. Not the case here. And it's just wild to think when we showed this graphic on day 2, it was 0%, 0%, 0%. How much it has changed in all game modes for these guys. Hardpoint obviously being where the struggles are the most. And you heard Pat say he felt pretty good against for Fnatic on against this roster in Throwback.
Yeah, I think it's a Fnatic roster that plays extremely fast. I think EG, their main issue on Friday was their pacing. Their pacing was awful. Very slow, players just going one-on-one, nobody really getting a ton of hill time. I think if that kind of playstyle rears its head again, that's where you can see Fnatic win. But you see Fnatic strong in uplink, strong in S&D. They've been very poor in the hardpoint.
Well, statistically, they're pretty similar, right? I mean, a little bit of a difference in a hardpoint, pretty much identical there for uplink and search and destroy. So the hardpoint could be what decides everything. And then, like Pat said, for the game 2, breakout, added Scorch removed for the CWL map set. And some teams came in quite prepared, some not as much. He feels pretty good about EG there, but it is going to be Throwback to start.
So EG, I do feel pretty good about going into breakout, but with how Fnatic plays, like they're just crazy, like running all over the map. Like EG would have no idea what to expect on that map. Fnatic could just be like, hey, let's just 4-hit mid, let's 4-hit here, let's all go on wall run, let's do some crazy things. And EG might not be prepared for it. So I think this is a big map for EG. They need to take this first hard point.
It is MLG prime time for the CWL Global Pro League. It's day 3 of the blue group, and we are kicking things off with Nameless.
Yeah, he's been on fire. The MVP for me thus far for Evil Geniuses this weekend, and he's going to push towards mid-map with the K-Bar. Player to his left, player up in the window. 2 big kills for Nameless to kick things off.
He wants a third. He goes hunting, but it's Nagafin finding it. Everyone involved in the action here early on. Nameless, what's the biggest thing that's turned around? I mean, we talked about the fact he switched to Centurion. He's been playing a lot faster, a lot more aggressive. What else has stood out for you?
It's the gun change. It's switching from a K-Bar, from the NV4 to the K-Bar. I know K-Bar, he has been playing very well with, up in your face. I think I saw a stat last night. JP, one of the guys that we used to work with, texts me a lot of stats all the time. Keep me updated. Nameless with an NV4 in his hands with something like a 0.7 KD. Once he switched over to the K-Bar with the K-Bar in his hands, a 1.07. So wow. Just turning up with the K-Bar. And you kind of look at those stats, like, it's not that crazy. Like, just kind of compare, kills to deaths on the map with those 2 weapons. Such a difference. And now you see Study starting to heat up on a 4 streak of his own.
Yeah, Study not missing right now. 5 in a row after Nameless started out the same. Finding a K-Bar to supplement this. He's 250 off the Trinity. You see on X-Right, players pushing from every side. Finds one more, a little bit short of the streaks. But so far, EG looking so good. It's 2 pieces for Nameless, 2 pieces for Study as well. Everyone starting out great. Havoc's only 1-1, but the rest of the team is just shredding. Can we go to Nagafin right now just because he's 6-2? He's got 4 kills in a row. I want to see if he can pick up streaks. 25 off, challenge at the edge. Just a little bit short, but EG, Matt, coming out so strong. I've got to hear their comms.
Back left, one shot. In front. Nice.
Let's go! I'll put you up front. Put you up front. I have it.
New hills, everything.
Go play around with me. Actually, you got middle if you want.
He's there.
Nice shot, guys. Let's go.
No. He's gonna expect it. They're gonna expect it.
Sidewalk dead.
Go near fast.
He's in our top food.
Sidewalk. Statue.
Yo, we just get one side, guys, okay?
Yep, get lemon.
Oh, behind me. Fucking hey, nice.
Dead.
He's in new. Both in new.
I saw him bowling, guys. Watch your back.
Sidewalk dead.
I got him off hill. Got one.
Nice, push you.
Dead.
Good
shit, Jay.
I'm
looking over you. Stay down.
I'm staying down.
Yep, you're good.
I need over you guys, sidewalk.
Watch out. There's 2 of them. They're flooding. Left corner now.
One left corner.
Now. I have your push, dude.
Absolute middle, absolute middle.
One's mid, Ty, he's gonna jump. Get my high.
Top chain.
Plant, dead. Go absolute plant.
They're both their side, both their side. Kill
Next
them.
one behind him.
Nice, good job.
Getting
I'm getting mid.
Top. Dead. Nice, shit, one's their side.
Mid. Got shit on.
They're mid left.
Just watch other side. Get this, yo, contest this grab.
Get that scrap.
Right corner on me.
Stay
Yeah, he's right corner on me.
He's gonna get streaks, do not die.
Right corner still.
Oh!
Yeah,
One more underpass.
Top blue. He's not on statue yet. Fuck, we plan out.
EG is on point, man, and it seems like the problems that plagued Fnatic and the retaliation just, 20 minutes ago? Same thing here, they can't find kills.
Yeah, and they're not the explosive team that's going to make a comeback, really. I mean, you look who on the side of Fnatic do you expect to really kind of turn things up and go off? I mean, in this kind of a situation, you can't really rely on anybody. And right now, Free G, everybody wheeling as they have control of baseball.
Study playing this close corner, 30 seconds remaining as the lead grows and grows, switching up the angles, catching Tommy off guard. Saw one more, has FTL if needed, one below, teammate covers him there, and they keep on picking up points. Streaks for basically everybody building on EG right now, and Study, I believe, is just 100 or so off the bombardment.
And they have just played so smart, EG, not forcing engagements they don't need to. I mean, we saw on Bike Path, Havoc last year when he's sitting inside the hardpoint, his teammates drop, what would he have done? He would have slid right in, trying to pick up some kills. He stays down, trusts his teammates. You just see how these players mature year after year. It's great to see a younger player like Havoc, who, we gave a lot of props last year. Coming into this year, not as high on, but really kind of turning into a very nice player.
Well, as Nameless is destroying this side, I want to hear Fnatic soon, but we got to continue to watch this streak because it's 8 in a row for Nameless. He's fully streaked out. He found a 9th and finally falls. But now you heard the comms from EG. They were absolutely on point with Fnatic trailing this big. I want to hear what they sound like.
Blue flag dead, one more. Nice absolute on me, Nameless on me, absolute. Nothing tunnel. Nameless absolute, top food. Nice, good shit.
One behind me, up there, pick it, Havoc.
Havoc.
Slide, Top train. Not
Dead. Did we kill Havoc? Yeah. He's pick it. He's two on the left. Two on the left, guys.
On the left still.
One more there. One's hay, man, one's hay.
Whereabouts is he?
Hey,
absolute, no leg.
Yeah, there's three there.
Go left the bullet.
Alright, spawning out, right.
Brad, play your life here, you're massive.
Right, 1 full 6.
Front A.
Push that up front, nice, good job.
Back right.
Naden Hill.
Yeah, I'm going back right, yeah.
He's in there. Trinity, go, we gotta go.
Oh, he killed me inside the silo. So he's two back grannies. Nice. How much in hill? Nice, two back. Okay.
Right, he's in left-hand side corner. One's right. Nice, good job.
Trinity. I need to go tunnel. Oh, Trinity, Nameless. I'm okay. Spawning back blue.
They, I guess they're keeping poise, but you got to be frustrated. They've been hit with 2 Trinity rockets to clear this out. You give streaks to so many players on EG, you're getting destroyed.
Yeah, Clint, it's 183 and counting to 46. I mean, the comms, they didn't sound bad for Fnatic, but I mean, your comms could be perfect. It doesn't matter if you're not killing anybody, you're not getting any time. And I feel like they just fell behind by so far early that it's like, what do you even do? I mean, you get some points, you get streaks. I mean, look, they get a full 60 here. They're still down by almost 100.
And, when we looked at it yesterday, Tommy took some responsibility for some bad maps. We've seen Scraps struggle at times. Usually it's been like one guy, kind of like Sunny B in the retaliation just got destroyed. It's all of them. I mean, everyone nearly double negative. There's nothing they can do right. You've now seen 2 Trinities come into play. A bombardment now for Study. Fire raining from the skies as the league continues to build for EG.
And this is a tough matchup for the side of Fnatic because, I mean, you were raced day one. EG's been the best team here. I mean, you come into today, and with this being almost a must-win game for Fnatic, this is probably the last team they wanted to see.
Well, I'll tell you what, we did our caster predictions beforehand, and I took Rise in second. You and Jack both took EG, and after day one, I thought you guys were nuts.
I thought I was nuts after day one.
And now, man, like you said, they've been the best team on day 2 and 3 as they continue to roll, and they can close it out here in Statue. You saw an FTL jump going behind, but they're able to clean that up. You have Centurion here to work with as well. Nameless and company can do no wrong.
And the reason I was kind of high on EG coming into this weekend was because, they've dealt with so much pressure all year. Trying to qualify at the last minute, making it, these crazy loser bracket runs. that I felt like when the pressure was on, this is the one team we knew how they performed when they were kind of pushed to the brink of elimination. You've not seen any of these other teams really kind of forced to that limit. I thought EG was going to come out and have a big weekend.
I'll tell you, I talked to Nameless after day one, and all he said to me was, man, I'm pissed we can't keep playing. He's like, you know, we have these losers bracket run where we finally get into a rhythm and we carry that momentum. He was hyped to get into day two, and boy, did he bring it. Fnatic trying to just make sure they're not 100-point clubbed at this current moment. They should pick up the remaining time they're at Statue. But this is just, it's out of hand. I mean, what more can you highlight? Just look at the top right.
Just look at the kills.
KD's,
yeah.
it tells the entire story.
It's just been a bloodbath here in game number 1. Fnatic getting close to the 100-point mark. Just 1 second away. They get over the 100-point mark here, but still, EG up by so much here, Maeve. Just a matter of time before they close it out.
And, you know, speaking more about Nameless, I know we've highlighted him a lot, but when you showed, I believe, his KDs and kind of respawn at S&D, it was something like a 0.6 in one, 0.5 in another. It was horrific. We showed it to start the day. He's gotten back to right around a 1.0 or over. I mean, it's how much, man, he has turned it on right now. 32 and 18. Almost snapping onto Wuskin there before he falls, but you just need a little over 10 points here, and game 1's going.
I mean, statistically, coming out of day 1, him and Studdy were the 2 worst players. Just going off of stats. And
look at him now, man.
But look at both of them now. Absolutely crushing for their team. It's really been Nameless who's led the way. I mean, Studdy brings a lot of energy, a lot of hype, some big play moments to this team. But when you have Nameless slaying, they are a very scary team.
And it just go back to that, you know, the Clayster interview you saw where he said you always think this team was made around Search to Destroy, not Respawn. But he said the Respawn's improved because you have 4 strong Slayers, which I, at times, would have heavily disagreed with. But right now, you are seeing it over the 2 series we've seen today. All 4 players have just been lights out.
It's a scary team to go against because you know the potential they have. And if they're playing like they are today, like, what do you do? I mean, sometimes just with the way they are, just as players, I mean, they're inconsistent. Sometimes they're going to have a day like Friday. And they know they've turned it around in a very big way.
I mean, it's got to be one of the better rebounds we've ever seen from one day to a next. And I know you've been to so many events. We both casted so many. You've coached as well. But typically, you don't see a team go from like an 0-6 to this run. It's just, it's wild.
Yeah, you usually don't see a team like, go bounce out in the bottom of like groups or losers like early and make it all the way back. It's really rare. I'm trying to rack my brain for anything that, like just like a one-day kind of.
Yeah, like a switch was flipped, basically. A light turned on for the team, and all of a sudden, they look like the best squad here. And at times, I mean, even looking back to last week, you know, Splice looked vulnerable at times. Envy looked vulnerable at times. If EG get into this top 2 spot, you got to feel like this is all of a sudden a team that can make a run of playoffs.
Oh, Barn, 99-5. That is an awful disparity in score in favor of Evil Geniuses. No train in baseball, not much better. I mean, AG dominated every hard point you see. Nameless. I mean, I feel like every time we've thrown up a box score, he's been on the bottom. 34 kills, a 1.79 KD, just dominating these games.
And when you see Tommy with the most kills on Fnatic with 20 and a 0.74 KD, I mean, I think that just speaks volumes to how poor the entire team was. It's not like some of those games where one person was holding them back. That was just a complete derailing of the squad. As Nameless, you know, we get a nice shot of his hat, and for Tommy,
cool hat.
Yeah. Tommy, I mean, what do you do here? How do you rally the troops? I know he was frustrated with himself and, you know, the decision making of the young players at times on the team. It's everybody right now.
It's tough, man, especially knowing you're going into a buzzsaw in that second match. Like, you played Rise really tough. You know, just some insane plays by Aqua there. The game 4, I mean, they got blown out. But, I mean, coming into this one, I mean, what do you tell the guys? I mean, you're going up against a team who, they went undefeated yesterday. They come in, they win a big series today. It's just like, you can say all you want to the rest of the guys, but it's like whether they believe it or not. Yeah. Whether that comes down to, it's like, you can rally the troops, but whether they really believe, like, deep down that they have a chance, that's what it comes down to.
And, you know, you have a team each week that's playing kind of those back-to-back matches, usually in the 2 and 3 spot, right? And it's a two-edged sword, because if you win that first game, you carry some momentum into the second. But if you're like FaZe yesterday or Fnatic today, you lose that first match, all of a sudden the next one becomes much more scary. There's so much pressure on the line. And again, Fnatic's playing really just to get, not be relegated. If they lose this, They're really good.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not a lot of time for Fnatic to make changes, right? I mean, you talk for a few minutes in between the matches. You know, we go to the desk, we go here and there. We give them a few minutes to really kind of get set back up. But there's not a lot of time to just kind of talk over what went wrong. You can't watch VOD. There's not really a ton of time for adjustment when you get these back-to-back games.
Well, who would you compare them to maybe last week? I know the results are very different, but in a way, I sort of think about Mindfreak in the sense that Mindfreak played everybody really tough, but didn't really get the wins. Fnatic has played, for the most part, everyone very, very tough. They could have pulled out a couple series they didn't. They could have beat FaZe day one that first match.
Fnatic's going to go back and watch a lot of the VODs from this tournament, and they're going to be pretty pissed off, to be quite frank, because, I mean, there are so many times where they're just, you know, a better use of an ability or one person going right instead of left that have decided a lot of their games. I mean, their games, I mean, outside of the last one we saw with Rise Nation where they blew them out 2, 3, and 4, have been decided by just single plays.
Oh, yeah.
Like just one small mistake. I think they'll go home and they'll look at a lot of these VODs and, you know, they'll just kind of think, what if?
What if, exactly, Matt, but it is time for Game 2. If you're new to competitive Call of Duty, if you've been with us a long time, you may not have seen Breakout Search and Destroy, or if you have, just a handful of times. It is new to the circuit here, and you gotta think the S&D specialist in EG should have the edge. But can Tommy and crew muster the strength to battle back? It's Game 2.
And EG, very crafty. We've seen some of the things that Naga's pulled out in previous Call of Duty titles, and people are just saying, what is he trying to go do here? This time, going to bring out the sniper rifle mid. Not going to get a pick. It's going to be Sunny B opening up, getting first blood. 2 quick kills in favor of Fnatic. They have the man advantage.
Well, let's see what Study can do here. Fantastic in Game 1. Great today overall. He's able to pick up a kill, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 2. Back to Naga as he peeks the edge. He's got the pistol. What fantastic timing that was on Tommy. Now it's on Scraps to try and make a play up against Study and Naga. I'm not sure yet if Naga was able to pick up another gun, but if you can turn it into a 1v1 with him, maybe you've got a good shot. You got to think at this point he's found a K-bar and MV4 somewhere.
But with this map being so new, the bomb going down, you don't really have a great idea of where these players like to play.
It's true.
So many positions you can go. I mean, Scraps does not know what side the bomb is planted for, doesn't know it's planted for this outskirts area or by showers, and he sees the bomb now, but sees nobody in sight. He's to be very confused here.
It tries to go hunting, and there's so many, this bomb post-plant can be tough for defense because there's so many different ways to hit it from. You have the 2 entrances from mid-map, you have 2 different wall runs you're able to collapse from, but the same can be said when you're in a scenario like that, trying to get the defuse. There's so many different areas, so many different angles that, the defenders on that bomb can be holding. He was just hunting, never able to track him down.
Now we'll get to see Fnatic, what they do on the offensive side of things. We do not know how much practice they've gotten on this map. And at Birmingham, this map was not in the rotation. Freshly added for the Global Pro League. We'll see what kind of strat they bring out.
First round goes the way of EG. And it was a round in which Sunny B, I believe, got the first blood this time. 2 kills going in the favor of Evil Geniuses. They'll have a 3-2 edge. Run with your bomb carrier. That's going to be Wuskin. They're holding on loading here. He's got a player to watch his back. You can see the bomb site right now is free. But as Sunny B drops, it becomes a one-man army now. Wuskin, 1 versus 2, his brother in a similar scenario last round. Can he clutch up? He just got eyes on both. He just got eyes on both.
So knows where both players are. Playing for them to come back towards the site.
Oh my God, this could work out perfect. This could work out absolutely perfect. He has to go, just has to go. Could wrap behind both. It's gonna be all on the timing of this play. He's gotta realize that they pushed through, taking the long way around here. The timing window may have disappeared, but do they realize that he wrapped around the back? Going, they keep charging around the map. He's gonna be, just that 1 step behind them this entire time.
Now he's
Never
forced
see
to get bomb down.
But it does allow him to get the bomb down. So obviously a better scenario than when this 1v2 first started. Can Wuskin clutch up?
We'll see what corner he decides to play. EG just needs to trade this out. Needs to stay together, but look how separated they are.
Oh, he didn't see him? I thought for sure Nagafin would have saw his back. Now he might be able to get in right behind. There's the first kill. He's able to find it with the last bullet before he hits the edge. Now 1 versus 1. 20 seconds left. You see on X-Ray. Nagafin playing in by the bomb. Wuskin, he's just waiting. He doesn't think he's going to stick it. He doesn't think he's going to stick it. Nagafin now hopping on bomb. Wuskin has to go forward. He goes to check it. It's so close and just narrowly gets the kill.
Fantastic play by Wuskin, clutching the 1v2. Nagafen on bump, trying to bait him out. Oh,
well, now you see why
really close.
It looked like a second like he might survive. You see the angle that he had there because he planted on the backside. Not necessarily your best spot to hit from then as you're trying to kill the bomb diffuser, but gets it done. A great clutch from Wuskin. Let's head into round 3.
See how EG decides to play this round. Looks like Nagafen with the sniper rifle in his hands again. Narrowly missing a shot. Knows there's one player up in that top window. Just trying to pin him down in that position.
I feel like he's going to have to get lucky to hit that spot. You just see the tip of his head for a moment. Wuskin may have an engagement. I take it back. Nagafen does find the first kill. Nagafen tries to snap onto the second, but not able to get it. There's 2 in the back. They're terrified of Nagafen's sniper. You can see the way they're using cover here to try to stay out of his line of sight. But let's switch back over to Fnatic's POV here.
Sunny B in position to potentially make a play. Comes over the top, gets one. Spots another player directly to his right. Gonna try and just bounce over the doorway here. He's gonna get challenged. It's gonna be a big win there for Nameless. So it's gonna be a 3v2. Wuskin and Scraps, the brothers.
And Wuskin, look at that 150 off the Trinity here. Maybe a chance to clutch up. You see Scraps pushing forward. He's gonna call it out to his teammate. Scraps should know he's inside. He gets some shots in. Hasn't been able to close out the kill as he flies out. Maybe able to help him. There's a team kill. Havoc actually hits Nameless. All of a sudden, this turns into a 2 versus 2. They still have to work the defuse. And this could be such a big round for Wuskin if he could build on those streaks.
BC, they have absolutely no idea where EG is playing this. They're running out of time. They have 20 seconds left on the clock. Scraps going to fall. Wuskin gets one, turns around. So no idea where Havoc is playing. Havoc coming on the wall run, picks up a big kill. Ends Wuskin's streak in the process, 2-1 EG.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you don't probably have time to get back. I think it was around 9 seconds or so, but if he wins that gunfight, he at least gets a Trinity rocket, right? So a key win for Havoc. Beautiful stuff there. Shots of both sides as the pressure continues to mount in this game too. Fnatic's, you know, stage 2 hopes on the line. They don't want to have to play through relegation. They want that guaranteed pool play spot for Anaheim. They want that guaranteed spot at champs for the EU roster. So much pressure on them right now.
And EG on defense, they're going to send Nagafen to the top of the map over towards B with the sniper. Then they're going to put a lot of pressure towards the mid. Wuskin getting tagged up.
A little slow to react to that. I know it's easier for us, obviously, with X-Ray. But he's able to stay alive. Scraps saw one player tagged up there on the opposite side of loading. He's inching his way forward, trying to find him. He's going to give it up and cover the bomb planter from the opposite side. But he's so close to getting an angle on a player several times. It's in a 3v3 scenario, and now we'll watch Fnatic from this post-plant situation.
Scraps just trying to watch both angles. Has 2 players charging towards him. I believe he saw one. Scarab going to come in from his brother. Now, potentially, you get a player weak inside. That's where you think Scraps maybe needs to challenge one. It's going to be Nagafen winning a battle mid-map. Scraps comes out, checks bomb, gets one. Not going to pick up a second. It'll be Wuskin, the only one alive. Picks up 2, not going to get the last. It'll be Nagafen defusing the bomb. It's another round goes to EG.
Another very close 1v2 for Wuskin. Did he get reactive like right at the end there when he was on the wall run? I think when he won that first fight.
Maybe. I did not check that.
I thought he got it like right as he won that gunfight. Maybe he even had it before, but not able to pop that. Nagafen gets the kill. And Nagafen's been in a couple spots where it's good that he's been able to find a weapon to back up that sniper, because you saw the light of that as Scraps, I think, peeked in to check over the bomb. Next up, he has a K-bar, and he finds 2 big ones there in showers.
Nagafen has showed up in a big way, though, this week.
Yeah.
4 evil geniuses. He's been fantastic in S&D today. And right now, you look on the side of Fnatic. Wuskin playing fantastic. Tommy and Scraps both with 1 kill apiece. Study, though, just rips apart the twin brothers on the outside. Now, looks like EG in a great position to win yet another round.
Can Tommy find another kill? He just picked up 1. Wuskin did have reactive, so maybe a quick pop last round could have guaranteed it, but the play comes up short. Now it's going to be a 2v3 bomb going down for Havoc as Tommy and Sunny B are going to wrap around the backside.
And this is when EG looks like they know exactly how they want to play this map. You heard Ake saying that they were scrimming them. coming into this event, so EG is definitely practicing. Nagafin with a snipe. I don't know if that's him again with the sniper rifle. We're about to find out.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. Does he hit another snipe? Oh my God, there's one. There is two. That is absolute filth.
Nagafin picks up 2 6 snipes behind the site. So difficult to hit in that position.
And zero emotion on his face.
Picks up 2.
All right, let's watch it start to build here for Fnatic. They're trailing by 3 rounds. Matt, you gotta do something now. You have to get around on the board. They go down 5-1, and you gotta feel this is over. It's Nagafin again. Almost takes off the head of another Fnatic. Stop peeking him.
He's got the pistol in his back pocket. It's gonna be Wuskins getting 1. Wuskins gonna get a second. So now Fnatic has the man count. Wuskins with a 3rd, working towards an ace here. This Fnatic, barring an insane play from Study, should win this round.
Wuskin might be able to pick up all 4. He's having a brilliant game. He's the only one having a game. Good job by Scraps there to stay alive. If he gets picked up, maybe you feed a scenario here in which Study's able to clutch, but by playing his life, makes it that much more difficult. You see an X-ray, 1 to the left, 2 to the right, not able to win the first gunfight. Fnatic get another round on the board.
I think really if you're Fnatic, you just need to figure out where Naga's playing with that sniper rifle and just challenge him. Just keep pushing him. I mean, you gotta...
If he's hitting shots like he is, though.
Yeah, you gotta challenge him, though. I mean, granted, you know, the last few rounds he's hit some shots, but you gotta kind of play the percentages. Not a lot of the time you're gonna be able to jump off the wall runs and hit people, you know, multiple targets flying at you.
He did in his first series today as well, though. I think he hit 5 or 6 snipes on that throwback. He's been insane. We gotta watch him yet again. He's 8-3 right now. He saw just a glimmer. But you see the Fnatic defense very similar. They have 1 in the top window, 1 playing around loading, 1 below, pretty much same defensive stack each time. And for several of these rounds, they've peaked a little bit too much, and Nagafin's been able to find a kill.
Well, I mean, he's also giving them a ton of information. I mean, he spots 2 players at least mid-map, and now that's allowed EG to open this up, and another kill for Naga with the sniper rifle. Wuskins, though, takes him out on the site. So Nagafin out of the equation here. It's going to be Study losing that gunfight to Wuskin. Wuskin has done a fantastic job in the S&D. Just needs a teammate to get there with him.
I think he had just a little bit of that reactive armor left. Maybe helped him stay alive in that scenario. Wuskin, 11-4, Nameless, now trying to make a clutch of his own. They're in a 2v2 here. They're both pushing him. They want the kill in the back. Nameless can't win it. Now it's all on Havoc. 1 versus 2. Getting close to that reactive armor. Bomb still has not been planted. They know where he is. He's tagged up. They finish him. Fnatic roaring back.
It's a smart play there by Wuskin and Scraps. They pinch on Havoc. They're able to take him out. Wuskin with yet another kill. He has been so strong in S&D for Fnatic. It feels like almost an automatic 10+ kills a game. Just been an absolute monster in the game mode.
Yeah, I mean, I know when he first stood out for me was what, that 16-2 game on Throwback, I think at Paris, and I was like, holy hell, this guy is nuts. He's continuing to show it here, and you can see at the bottom right of your screen, 75 off of bombardment. He already has the Trinity rocket to work with. Hell, he keeps playing like this, and this goes to like around 11. He may get the reactive armor again for all we know, but can he pick off Havoc? Not able to grab Nameless either. Getting some information for his team. Tommy should call out the flank, but he actually does find Nameless. So first kill comes through for the Trinity. But Study, Nagafin answering back. This would be a huge round win in which you expend one of your streaks for Wuskin.
Yeah, if you use those streaks, you got to be able to close out the round. And I believe Tommy went in to push on Nagafin. Nagafin wins it with the pistol. So that is the 1 kill that has thrown things in Evil Genius's favor in this round.
And you can see the communication. I mean, he has eyes on them inside. Through the Trinity rocket, he calls on Tommy to push. Tommy, though, not able to win the fight. Now, can they find the opening pick? You just saw one. Sunny B knows her in Visitor Hut. Sunny B obviously spotted there as well. Wuskin gets the call off to try and find the kill. Can Wuskin keep the heroics going? There's one at the edge. Oh, so tagged up, but just not able to finish it. 20 seconds remaining. They have yet to get the bomb planted, and it's across the map.
Such a difficult position. EG watching the cross here. Sunny B makes it Nagafin takes him out. Wuskin, the only one alive here.
He gets bombardment. I mean, that's the only positive here. He's on a 7 streak, for God's sake. What more can Wuskin do? This feels like maybe Attach versus Fnatic the other day.
There's nothing he can do. I mean, nothing more he can do. I mean, he's been playing phenomenal. Here's the kill. Nagafin on to Sunny B as he runs across, try to get bomb. And if you're Wuskin, you gotta be frustrated. I mean, you put together a tremendous game here in S&D in game number 2, but our teammates not giving you much to work with.
A question for you. Do you think maybe he slowed down because he was getting close at Trinity Rock? He was playing way behind, and they start to push behind the Trinity. Do you think maybe he plays a little bit faster if he's not worried about streaks, that round can go differently?
I don't think so. I mean, when a guy is playing that well, I mean, you can't kind of fault any decision he decides to make. I mean, he has such a better read of the game than the rest of his teammates that I would definitely not question the people who are 2-7, 3-6, and 3-8.
Well, you see his brother there getting first blooded. Can Sunny B and co answer back? There's one right outside loading. Make it 2. That could be collapsing on Sunny B here any moment. They catch him in the corner. 2 players left. This looks to be an EG win and a 2-0 advantage in the series. Wuskin knows he has to dial it in. He's going to call in the bombardment. They're in showers. They can all hide. It's not going to connect with anything. It's going to make a lot of noise.
I mean, maybe it just forces them inside. Maybe they're able to just cause some commotion, but the bomb down. And Tommy dead, 1v4. Does not look good.
Well, this would be for 18 kills. The timing could not be worse there. And EG now 1 map away from guaranteeing their spot at the $500,000 Stage 1 playoff.
And look, they secure a 3-0 here. Their map count's looking great. I mean, after day 1, I mean, they spot everybody else, a few maps. They come in day 2, they clean up. They do a fantastic job winning a ton of series quick. Same thing here today, man. I mean, they take out Fnatic in a 3-0 fashion. It's a fantastic weekend for EG.
It's a switch, man. Like, how do you go from day 1 to this and look
No
so unstoppable? They've been brilliant. Just real quick, before we go to a break, when you're talking about Fnatic, what can they possibly do here? With how good EG is playing, how can they come back in this series?
Sometimes you just run into a better team. I mean, there's nothing really you could do. I mean, sometimes the other guy's just playing a little bit better than you can possibly even get to. So I think you're going to need to see EG slip a little bit in this next one and Fnatic really pick up the pace.
Well, after this break, it is the Game 3 uplink. Stay tuned. It is your G Fuel player matchup. We've got Havoc. We've got Sunny B to go as well. Break this down for me, buddy.
Havoc has been great in the respawns. We highlight him a lot for his S&D play, but respawn game modes has been where he's excelled throughout the weekend. You see the hard point KD, fantastic in uplink. Sunny B on the other side of the coin for Fnatic has not had the greatest of weekends. Needs to show up big in our Game 3 uplink.
And that is it. It's Havoc. It's Sunny B. EG versus Fnatic. And that is your G Fuel key player matchup.
Welcome back, guys. Before we get this uplink started, I just want to break down a little bit of what Fnatic needs to do early in this one if they're going to have a chance to bring this series back. Their life is on the line here in this group. But going into this precinct, they have some work cut out for them. Uplink has been a saving grace for them early here, but what they need to do is really make use of this beneficial side on precinct. And what I mean by that is getting these intro kills on the middle of the map. So the drone obviously starts in the middle. They need to focus on these kills right here first. If you can clear out Havoc and Study, it forces the other players from EG to make the decision whether to take the fight over towards Statue there or to take or rotate back and focus on the other side. If Fnatic's able to pick up these kills and get drone control, what's going to happen very quickly and what they need to do to score points early is get this drone up towards this side of the map once these EG players are done and basically get set up so far up on the map over towards here. If they can get control of this yellow truck here and get this line of sight over towards the back gas there, it basically forces the spawn from EG at back gas, and they're forced to make that decision from that spawn point whether to go from gas out that right side or wrap back to your base. Basically, if Fnatic can get that setup and score a bunch of points early in this one, they can start to get some momentum back in their favor and hopefully keep their hopes alive here to qualify for the stage 1 playoffs. It's going to be a tough task for them. Uplinks has been Fnatic's sort of saving grace so far. Hopefully they're going to be able to do it. But that's going to do it for me. Hopefully we get a good map 3.
Great stuff, Teep. Okay, so Fnatic, they've got to come back in this series to have a chance for that third spot.
Yes.
EG take this, they're guaranteed top 2. Then it comes down to FaZe versus Rise for that other spot. I mean, I think Rise could technically take first over EG.
You'd have to get into map counts and all that.
FaZe would, I think, only be second, but the final match of the night is huge. But we're not there yet. We still have maybe a couple more maps here.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic, we've talked about their strong uplink play. They did not look good earlier against Rise Nation. And with how strong EG's been as a team, you think this one would be a little bit tougher?
You saw Pat said what? He was thinking Patty P's predictions. He was going 3-1 Fnatic. Well, that is currently off the table. I just looked over at him. He just shrugged. I don't think anyone, even after yesterday, I don't know that I expected EG to come out the way they did. They've just... I thought it's like you look at day 1 and that's the norm. You look at day 2 and think that's the norm. I thought maybe we get something in the middle.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, we just got another day 2 EG on our hands. They've been nuts.
And I think it's really since they've made this adjustment with Nameless over towards the K-Bar, they've switched him off from the NV4. I mean, they've looked lights out ever since, and he's just looked like a completely different player.
And, shout out to Study as well. I spoke to him after day 1, and he said they went back and they watched footage of FaZe. He's like, we knew exactly what they were going to be doing. And my God, did they show it over the last couple of days. But it is a pretty solid start here for Fnatic as they get several down. They get drone in hand, and now we watch the attack start to mount. So for them, it's going to be, the opposite side of what TP was breaking down. It'll be EG looking for those pickings. But right now, a dunk should be in the cards. There's the first one through. 2-0 Fnatic, the comeback is started.
And if you're EG, you just need to stabilize your base, which Nagafan does. They get back towards mid-map, they win a few fights, and now the drone is in their hands. Few kills going in favor of EG. This is going to be some points.
Well, the comeback that started has now evaporated as the dish and the dunk go through for EG. A counter in just 20 short seconds. EG has been dynamite. A nade out right now. It's in lobby for Havoc. How does he find these kills? One's a team kill, one's picked up. Nagafin finds another, and now the rally should build again for EG.
Yeah, and EG has nobody. I mean, Fnatic has nobody over in this top ticket area. EG trying to bring the drone into this position.
Oh no.
They've actually thrown the drone down. It looks like it's stuck there. It's going to go get reset. Pretty unfortunate circumstance there for EG.
That's at least a point or two you just lost by throwing it. It's stuck in mid-tarp here. It's going to be respawning in a moment. There it goes. You see on the minimap, it's back to lobby. An unfortunate sequence of events there as the drone gets stuck, but it's back to Havoc here. He's got to be one of the more deadly players when you talk about this type of positioning, where he can use cover, when he can snap on players. Tommy, I didn't think Tommy was going to gun him there. Nice shots.
And now Nameless in mid-map, watching this drone. Scraps coming in as well. Everybody here vying for mid-map control.
It's a prone party, man. They're using cover.
The prone is pretty powerful.
Oh, yes, apparently. As they keep making plays, but the drone ends up in the hand of Wuske, the toss away, but the pick comes through. Study able to find the drone. Nice defensive stand from EG.
We'll see Nameless pushing over here towards this top statue. Team kill there, but for a second there, thought he was going to pick up Sunny B. 2 big kills. If Nameless would have been able to pick him up, maybe would have led to some points if EG could have gotten drone control. Study sees one, it's passed. If you're EG, I mean, you can pick up this drone and kind of take it back towards construction. Both teams playing very slow right now. EG trapped inside of the drone spawn.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much map control right now to Fnatic just across the line, but the drone's in the hand of EG, and that's the part that matters, the push. Gonna come here from Cherry Blossom. There's multiple players in front. They're able to find the first, one more to push the edge. He's tagged. A good defensive stand here at the mid-street. Wuskin goes huge. He just had a dynamite game too. They need every bit of him. He's got to pick it up here in game 3. 6 and 7 right now. And now they're starting to build it here towards Tarp. Gonna get drone down, toss it forward, and look to find kills.
You do see Nagafin on a bit of a flank. He falls, but EG, specifically Nameless, picking up some kills on their side of the map. Just slow this down. Nobody wants to come out and challenge Study here. So the drone is down in the middle of the open. It'll be EG picking it up. They get right towards Scraps. It's gonna be Nagafin taking him out with a beatdown.
And you can't feel better for Nameless. I mean, he's one of the older players, one of the longer standing players. I mean, he has a poor event here and there. Some people, you know, you see murmurings of, man, he's washed. He doesn't have it anymore. God, has he put on a show here. But as I say that, it's a lead change as Fnatic. It's a one-pointer through. We've got 60 or so seconds remaining here in the first half.
And this is EG playing from the preferred side of the two. So right now, not putting a lot of points on the board. I think Fnatic, if they can take a lead going into the second half, they look pretty good to take this game.
Well, like Teep said, the saving grace for Fnatic has been their uplink. But just like that, EG back in front, they get the dunk. Who else will get on the board here? Over these final few moments, Study maybe can build towards streaks, but as I say that, he ends up cut down. It's a bloodbath at mid-map. We'll go back to the dance party here in lobby.
So both players trying to get the other out of position, trying to get a touch of the drone. You see Tommy just trying to shoot. I believe that is the legs of Havoc. He's dancing on the ground.
A couple kills back and forth, 2 down for either side. We're back to lobby, one source through the edge. Ends up going to Fnatic, they got a chance here. Scraps on a 2 streak, he's got drone in hand. Nagafin wants no part of this as he wants to make sure no points get on the board. You do have one final opportunity. With 1 second left, no toss, gonna get off. We're gonna go to the second half. You get the quad shot there of EG. They know they're 5 minutes away from having the opportunity to play in the Stage 1 playoff.
Just be a huge turnaround for Evil Geniuses. They go 0-2 on Friday. They don't win a game. And then they come in Saturday, 2-0 day. They come into today. They win their first series. Can they take their second?
All right, let's watch Wuskin now off the break. It's Nagafin, and where do you find him? in the sky. The guy basically the Call of Duty bird. As 4 down now for Fnatic. It's a push for EG. They want to build on this lead. Wuskin in a defensive position. It's a combination of Study and Nameless. They cut him down. There should be a pass forward. No, Havoc wants to keep it, and Havoc will delay here for a second as his teammates get back to lobby. I think they were waiting on Study to get in position. They lose a gunfight, but still multiple players at mid-map. Havoc's got enough time to rotate back. Now you have a counter opportunity for Fnatic, though. They're trying to get this out quick.
Yeah, Fnatic trying to get towards the mid-street where Scraps could potentially get off a 1-point throw, and he connects. So a big turnaround there for Fnatic, but we highlighted him coming into this match. Sunny B, not the best in the respawn game modes. Double negative right now. They need a big second half for him if they're going to come back.
He was pretty consistent yesterday. Today, abysmal. It was the Tommy was the one lagging behind as another interception comes through. May not matter. It does. They're able to pick up the kills at home. And now they'll try to push it out. Who's on the flank? That's actually going to be Nameless. So as soon as they think they have the base cleared out, Nameless thought maybe for a second Drone was still down. It looked like he was charged into the base.
Yep, but it's going to be Sunny B who picks up 2 big kills. Stops the drone from going through. Fnatic down by 2 points. But where are they going to go on the offensive end? Looks like they were trying to go through lobby, maybe the construction. That doesn't work. Tommy, the only one up. Here comes the flood for EG. He's able to get 2. Tommy doing a fantastic job keeping this alive for Fnatic.
Tommy stays alive, finds a couple of kills, sees a third. Fantastic shots there as he just sees the tip of the skull of Study, and he's able to get it. Now you're mounting the pressure up mid-street. There's one in ticket booth. He's already pre-aimed to that, and there's the one-pointer, just a little bit short. That one could end up biting Fnatic.
And I talked about it. Fnatic, they would go back and watch a lot of the VODs, and it's just one mistake on each of these maps that's really cost them. And there's that mistake right now. With 3 minutes to go, they miss a 1-point throw. Would have made it a 1-point game, and look at this, EG may turn into points on the other end.
Right, that'd be the worst. A counter coming through after the 1-point miss. You saw that sloppy frost uplink they had the other day. More misses here. Nagafin does have camo to go, and there's so much pressure on the camo player in this game. When you see Naga like that, 24-17, leading all Slayers. Scrap still has a ways to go. He should get the camo, but you can see at the top right, he's about 75% of the way there. In a game this tight, it is all going to fall on the camo player down the stretch.
Yeah, if you're EG, you don't panic. I mean, if Fnatic gets a 2-point play, you have the camo if you want to use it to break out of your base, if they really get control. Or you want to give it to Nagafin, let him put the game away. Let him get that camo into the position. By Fnatic space, you can easily walk it in for 2.
Tommy getting some nice shots out with this NV4, has one more to challenge mid-street, trying to locate him around the back. Tommy wins it again. He's able to turn, almost snap on an Aimless, but just a little bit short. But he did a good job starting to open things up for his team on the mid-street. Sunny B has to toss it down for a moment, and he needs to find some kills here, man. 11, completely lagging behind. The timing not working out for him as well. But there is his first kill. Unfortunately, he takes a car to the face.
I mean, you look on the other side of things. I mean, Havoc, he's even at 16-16. I mean, that's a huge difference between these 2 players. You look at Sunny B on the bottom for Fnatic, Havoc in terms of slaying on the bottom for EG, but just to be at even as opposed to negative, it's just a huge difference.
Well, let's see how this EG pressure mounts. 70 seconds left on the clock. That is all that stands between EG and taking top 2 here. Kills traded back and forth at Statue. Study has overdrive to go. Nagafin has camo to work with as well, but has a couple drops. Sunny B is going to be the lead blocker. It's Havoc able to shut it down. Overdrive through. The dunk is in. Tie game, 55 seconds left. But remember, Naga still has camo. Scraps does not have camo, and he may not get it here. Overtime might be their best bet just to give Scraps an opportunity here, and they can clutch up. But Study overdrive, you got to think Naga's the one to make the play.
You need to get the drone to Naga. He gets one mid-map.
Let's go to
Naga.
Naga.
Has the drone in his hand. Let's get on with Nagafin. See how he decides to play this with camo.
Resets his armor, taking his time. Teammates pick up kills. Here's it. Here he's going through. He's going through. 20 seconds. He gets the 1-point toss. Now, if you're Scraps coming off a spawn, can they get camo for him and get it in his hand? Study's just going to overdrive back to get in a key position. Scraps just came off spawn. He's not going to be involved with this. EG looking to shut it down, but Sunny B does find a clutch kill. And now look at how painful this is. Scraps a centimeter from camo. That will do it. EG has done it, and they are in the top 2 for playoffs.
And it's actually an incredible use of overdrive there at the end by Study. At that position in the game, Obviously, nothing he can really do with it. Gets into that top ticket area, prevents guys on Fnatic from getting in that position, trying to pin them in the back of their base. He picks up that 1 kill on the drone. You know that's where they're going with it, and that is the game.
It's actually, it's huge, right? I mean, him able to get to that edge there and be pre-aim when they try to come out of lobby with the drone, so big. But there you see Nagafen. He was brilliant all day. Whether it was search and destroy with the sniper or getting it done with the NV4 in the respawns, Naga was brilliant. I mean, I know last year I think we mostly talked about him for flashy plays. It was never his KD and respawn. It was always search. What a well-rounded performance from him for day 2.
Oh, I mean, Nagafen and Nameless were tremendous today for EG. And that last one, Nagafen, was an absolute superstar. If he's going to play like that in respawn game modes going forward, EG going to be a very difficult team to beat come playoff time.
Well, I know for sure we should be chatting with one of the players soon, but before, okay, he's actually ready to go. So we're hearing it's actually Study on the floor with Jack.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. What a turnaround from Evil Geniuses. Folks in the venue, make some noise for them. Much deserved, much deserved. Now 4-2. You've guaranteed yourselves a top 2 spot in this group study. I want to be the first one to congratulate you. You've now qualified for the Stage 1 playoffs for $500,000 on the line. The Anaheim pools for $200,000. Stage 2, another $700,000 on the line. And a $1.5 million Call of Duty Championship berth later on this year. Talk to me a little bit about how proud you are of this team and what you're feeling right now.
My teammates are amazing. I didn't play good till the last day. Shout out to every single one of them. They played amazing. And we definitely deserve this.
You guys have had the most rocky of a road to get to this point, but now you've done it. It's only in EG fashion to go 0-6 on day 1 and then have a perfect 4-0 series record since then. What changed, and what does EG now do moving forward to continue to improve?
Honestly, like, our confidence is at an all-time high right now. So I'm expecting us to go back and work on our really, really bad maps, especially for the playoffs. But just an overall performance, the way we bounced back from the first day was just honestly insane. And then everybody was just telling us that we were coming out dead last, and now we're top 2, guaranteed.
You've had a crazy career up to this point, Study. I know that this year it's been an emotional roller coaster for you on a personal level as well. Is this one of the greatest moments of your entire Call of Duty career to now have all this stuff qualified for?
It's definitely one of them. And I don't know, I'm gonna get a little emotional. I just wanna give a shout out to my mom.
Hey, she's proud of you, man. You did it. You've made it this far. You've got more to come. That's Study. He's one of the best for a reason. Benson, take it away.
Thank you very much, Jack. Congratulations to Evil Geniuses, a 3-0 win right there over Fnatic. They go from